What if the reason you can't stop thinking about him has nothing to do with love? Not fate, not a deep connection, not him being the one. What if the real reason you can't move on is that your brain has been chemically conditioned, the same way a slot machine conditions a gambler, to keep coming back for more? Because that is exactly what happened, and once you understand it, everything changes. Most people in this situation tell themselves the same story: he was the one. The connection was unlike anything I have ever felt. Nobody else will ever understand me the way he did. Maybe this is just what real love feels like. That story, as comforting as it is keeping you stuck. Because what you are actually trying to get over is not a person. It is a neurochemical pattern. The intensity you felt was not proof of a rare, once-in-a-lifetime connection. It was proof that your brain's reward system got hijacked. Understanding that mechanism is the first step to breaking free from it. When he came in, open, warm, emotionally available, attentive, your brain's pleasure center lit up like a jackpot machine, literally, not metaphorically. Your brain released a powerful cocktail of 3 chemicals. Dopamine, the reward chemical, the one that drives motivation, craving, and pursuit. Oxytocin, the bonding chemical, released through touch, eye contact, and emotional intimacy, creating deep attachment. And adrenaline, the excitement chemical, making everything feel heightened, electric, and urgent. Together, those 3 chemicals created an experience your body registered as profound bonding. Something real, rare, and worth holding on to. And then he pulled away. The warmth and availability that triggered all of those chemicals started to disappear. Your nervous system crashed. That crash is chemical withdrawal. Not heartbreak in the poetic sense, but literal neurochemical withdrawal. The same mechanism that drives addiction to substances. Your brain had found a source of powerful reward, and now that source was gone. If he had been consistently warm and available, your brain would have eventually regulated. The chemicals would have stabilized. The intensity would have settled into something sustainable. But that is not what happened. What happened instead was intermittent reinforcement, one of the most powerful psychological conditioning mechanisms that exists. Intermittent reinforcement is when reward comes unpredictably. Sometimes he is warm and present, sometimes cold and distant, sometimes he reaches out, sometimes he disappears. That inconsistency is exactly what makes it so addictive. Think about a slot machine. If it paid out every single time, it would be boring. If it never paid out, you would walk away. But when it pays out sometimes, unpredictably, randomly, you cannot stop pulling the lever. Every text, every moment of warmth, every time he came back, that was the jackpot. And now your brain is still at the machine, pulling the lever, waiting for a reward that may never come. This is not weakness. This is your brain doing exactly what brains do when conditioned by intermittent reinforcement, checking his social media, rereading old texts, having one more conversation for closure, letting yourself think about him just a little. Every single one of those behaviors gives your brain a microdose of the reward it is craving. Just enough dopamine to reset the craving cycle and lock the pattern back in. It is the equivalent of a recovering addict having just one drink. The brain does not experience it as a small thing. It experiences it as confirmation that the reward is still available, and it doubles down on the craving. This is why you can feel like you are making progress, and then one social media check sends you back to square one. The only way to break a neurochemical addiction is to remove the substance completely. No contact means no contact. Not no contact unless he reaches out. Not no contact, but checking his profile once. Complete removal of the stimulus, because your brain needs a period of zero reward in order to begin recalibrating. That discomfort you feel during this phase is not a sign you made the wrong choice. It is a sign the rewiring has begun. Stopping contact stops the bleeding. But it is not enough on its own. Your brain still has a reward system, and that system needs a new source. Every time he enters your mind, and he will, that intrusive thought is a cue. A signal from your nervous system that it is looking for a hit of reward. Your job is to redirect that energy back into yourself. Not as a distraction, but as a genuine, intentional act of reinvestment in your own life. Go to the gym, not for revenge, but to feel strong in your own body. Work on something that grows you, a skill, a business, a creative project. Do something that makes you more of who you actually want to be. Every time you redirect that craving into self-investment, you are literally building a new neural pathway. You are teaching your brain where the reward lives now, in you, in your own expansion. Over time, with consistency, that pathway gets stronger and the old one weakens. You are not weak for struggling to move on. You are not broken because the connection felt so intense. You are a human being whose nervous system got conditioned by one of the most powerful reinforcement mechanisms in psychology. But you also have a brain that can change, rewire, and learn to find its reward somewhere far more worthy. In your own growth, your own strength, your own becoming.